Okay. Hey, everybody. So, today, for our message of the day in astral weather, I want to start right off with what's going on. So, in the ninth house, we have South Node in Scorpio, with that is trining with Saturn and the Moon in Pisces in the first house. While Saturn is squaring off with Mercury in Cancer in the sixth house. What does all that mean, right? Okay, so let's first talk about what's being empowered right now. So, with the South Node in Scorpio in the ninth house, that's higher mind. That's already the things that you've went through when it comes to that deep shadow work, when it comes to the things that you needed to let go of and just go deep inside, those deep bonds that you created, and just that depth of spiritual essence and understanding, but at the same time being driven and ambitious because Scorpio is very driven as well. Um, Being empowering how you look at yourself when it comes to your depth of intuition, when it comes to the new beginnings in your life to do with spirituality, intuition, creativity, um, romance, everything that is Pisces. You know, I say creativity because they are creators. Their high level consciousness and spiritual essence makes them creators. They don't run the creative house like Leo, but they're creators. These are the poets, you know? So, how do you feel empowered in that way? It's really, the cosmos has been really asking us and giving energy and supporting us and being empowered on what we've already learned. And the discipline, which is that Saturn is like really digging in on your discipline in that and your new beginnings with that. If you have spiritual gifts, if you have a spiritual business, if you are a creator, if you are very intuitive, your beginnings in walking that path and how you see yourself in it, how you feel about it, because it's right there with the moon in the first house. How do you see and feel about it? What are you disciplined in within your spiritual practices? Where are you now from your deaths and rebirths, from a higher mind perspective based on what you've learned? And then when it comes to squaring off, you have Saturn squaring off with Mercury. That's a challenge on how you communicate your emotions about it, how you communicate how you feel about your routines and the things that you do every day. How you think about it. Being in routines, and how you feel about it with that Cancer and Mercury in the sixth house of routines. Your diet, your exercise, how does that align with where you're at right now and how you see yourself in your spiritual journey? And some of your closures, because Pisces runs the 12th house of closures and endings and karma, and spirituality. So how do you feel about the closures of the cycles in your life and the spiritual growth that has come from that? So let's pull some cards, okay? Let's see how you guys are feeling with where you're at in life, the lessons that you were supposed to already learn, and let's go from there, okay? Okay, Spirit. this message that the collective can receive what they need most. All right, what do they need to know, Spirit? What they have been journeying, needing to be left behind, what's empowering them. They need to know, Spirit. Right now is a sense of justice being taken place, justice and truth and a balance of a situation regarding collaborations, where you are abundant, where you have advanced, or um, I wanted to use a different term, but where you have advanced, where you have grown, right? And then this card is all about, when it's in reverse, is warning to just make sure that you don't, in the midst of all of this, you do not neglect family matters, family obligations, and corporate obligations. You know, so paperwork, stuff like that, because you're going to be getting recognition. And it also wants to not forget how these things were built, um, the amount of work that came into it. Okay, what else? So something happened to where there was this burst of energy of a connection or a business opportunity or anything like that, that was a very fiery, fueling energy. It was a lot of communication, a lot of back and forth. If you feel like something has completely stopped, and whatever that hidden energy was that came out, rather if it was a business opportunity, a relationship, or whatever, this card warns that it's not over with. It's silent right now, but it's not like, it's still a volcano of energy right here. It's just silent. What else, Spirit? Hmm. I was peeking out too. One more. Okay. When it came to a situation of chaos within a village or your friend group, family, whatever, dealing with people with false hearts, don't even trip. That's the best way I can say it. Don't even trip, because you're in harvest season. You're in harvest season coming from that. So that's what this is about, the judgment. So that's receiving its judgment. Rather, if it's people receiving their karma, if it's just things getting placed in order in a way that you didn't even have to do it, because you're in harvest season. You're in harvest season, no longer dealing with this begging energy of like with abandonment issues. You're not afraid of being abandoned by people with false hearts. Yeah, that's what's happening here. What's the advice, Spirit? The advice is new relations, death, and reverse. So basically, go through the transformative process. This is abrupt transformation and just letting things go. So that's what's happening here. All right, let's put it all together. I know it's gonna be hard for you to communicate how you feel about things, especially things when you're looking at yourself and what you've went through, and the deep work that you've had to go do, reflecting and going inside, and understanding what you have to cut off, what doesn't align with your disciplines and your spiritual walk, even if it comes with your friend groups and people that you love, or and people that you consider to be your tribe, your village. That can be really hard. I know in different phases of life, we probably all went through that. Um, and then it hurts the most knowing that you dealt with false hearts. This is Cancer right here too, so I don't know if I'm talking to a Cancer. Got Mercury right here, Uranus and Saturn. So yeah, this can be hard to even think about or even be able to communicate. But it's time for harvest season. The only way you can have harvest season, and if you stop being afraid of the abandonment and be okay with stepping out on something new and having new relationships and going through the transformative process. Being okay with what you had to leave behind, being okay with what you shed from your life. being okay with the lessons that you've learned, and being empowered by the person you look at right now, and the disciplines that you had to go through for your evolution on your spiritual walk, on your creative walk, and being the person that you are, and how you feel about that, and starting your new beginnings. So that's what spirit and the astral world had to say to you today. Okay, so be strong in that, be empowered in that, and don't be overran by the challenges. Let it go. It does not align with the path that you are taking, and that's just what it is. And that's what the cosmos have been wanting to empower you with. Like, you learned these lessons already, you did this work already, you went inside. And I know it was hard to get on those routines, and even to communicate where you're at in life, and how your routines probably have changed. you know and you're done with the drama and the chaos and I'm hearing like crab in a barrel type energy. Nobody want to see the other person get higher than the other person. They pulling them down before anybody can get to the top and pull anybody up. That type energy, like, let it go. Transform so that you can have new relationships and go walk into your harvest season from the seeds that you have planted, from the relationships that you have made, and your good deeds. And just remember, as judgment plays out, don't forget how the hard work that it takes to build something. Don't forget your family, and make sure your paperwork is together, because you might have went through something in the past where it wasn't, and people took advantage of that. you know stabs, but it's okay, because judgment is here, harvest season is here, and you know what to do now. So peace and love, everybody. I hope you enjoyed your message of the day. Try not to make it too long, to the point. And peace.
Vou te contar, os olhos já não podem ver coisas que só o coração pode entender. Fundamental é